Hello and welcome back to the Dublo Railway. In this video what I'm going to do is concentrate on what for me are fairly ambitious train movements. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the train that you see in the foreground here with the United Glass wagons. I'm going to take this from this siding and move it down to the lower level of this layout, to this siding here initially, and from there I'm going to move it around to the other side of the layout, park it in another siding, which will allow this train here to pass and to come up one of the inclines and wind up here. Now, the other thing that I want to try and do is run these passenger trains and take at least one of them through each of the stations. So there's a station here, there's a station that you can see there, and there are the stations up the far end of the layout, which at the moment are packed with freight. So they will also have to be moved. So this is going to take quite a bit of work to achieve. There are lots of things that can go wrong, like points not working, derailments, and what have you. But I hope you enjoy the result. And by the way, please excuse the extraneous noises in the background. I have the garage door open for lighting purposes, and there's some heavy earth-moving equipment in a field about 200 or 300 meters away from me, but the sound is traveling on the sort of dull Victorian morning here in Australia. Anyway, that's the plan. So you'll see a couple of Class 20s running, maybe 3 with a bit of luck. You'll see this little LMS N2 also with a bit of luck. It hasn't had much of a run recently, so I'm not quite sure how that's going. And the much overlooked 4MTs, at least one of these will be running. So that's the ambition. We'll see what becomes of it. Stay tuned. Okay, for those of you who haven't seen this before, here's a quick guide to the track geometry. The yellow end of the Class 20 you can see there. You can see the wagons behind it. It comes around to this set of points and heads up in that direction. Now at that point, my choices are to run it all the way around the layout, which will bring it with a bit of point work, which will bring it to here, and then it can head off down this incline here. The alternative is just to run it up here sufficiently and then back the train up onto the main line, but where's the fun in that? I don't have to move 2 other trains in order to do that. So the first thing I'll do is bring it out of this siding and run it up the little incline just to the left of the footbridge that you see there, and stop it there. Okay, so let's do that. It's just starting to climb now, so I'll give it a little bit of power, run it up that incline, and just park it there for the moment. And there it is sitting on the incline. It's going to come across this bridge and round and through the station, but there's an obvious problem. I'm going to have to move the Kobo, I think. So that will, before I bring up the Class 20, the Kobo will move along here, and I'm going to park it down on this incline so that the Class 20 can pass. And indeed, if I'm going to achieve my goal of running the passenger trains through every station, I'm going to have to clear one of these platforms as well. But that's some shunting for a later time in this video. Now, the points are set. The Class 20 is in an isolated section of track. I've got the video on magnification because I'm filming from about 4 meters away, and hopefully if I can throttle this in the right direction, the Kobo is going to come out and head down this incline, clearing that, and it will stop there because it's hit an isolated section. Okay, so then power back to the class 20 and run it around the layout. Right, so here is the train sitting at the points. The points are set for straight, which will send them down send the train down the incline. Before I do that, however, I have a little bit of switching to do. Now, in order to ensure a smooth transition from top to bottom, what I need to do is flick that switch off and flick this switch on. And that has the effect of linking the top line here to the bottom line there that I'm pointing at, and you can see the points set for when this train comes down, goes all the way around the far end of the layout and comes back up to here. Anyway, let's get it down the incline if we can. Here we go. A little bit of power. And away we go, gently down the incline. Now I'm just parked here on the incline. I'll just show you where this train is meant to end up. It's meant to end up on that line there, behind all of the assembled motive power here on the main line. So let's get to that. There we go, round and into the tunnel. There we are, first movement complete. Now the little M2 has been released from captivity and is trundling happily around this line. Hopefully the next thing you see is it climbing this incline. Right, I think we're ready to go. And as you can see, that whole train movement is complete. Here it is parked back at the station, and of course one of the great mysteries of this layout is why you would catch a train from where this is sitting to this station, but it shall forever remain a mystery. As you can see, someone is using the footbridge to get from one station to the other, but such as it is possible to take a train from that station to this. And this station here, which is Westbury, I hope you can see that, will be the last destination on this video. Okay, so we'll pick it up from that station, and we'll just head out and around to here. And at this point, what I want you to notice is that this set of points is set for straight ahead. Previously, the train would have run off along here. Excuse the extraneous noise, that's just a car going by, the garage door is open. Instead, now, what it's going to do is it's going to run up this outer line along the bridge and head up, if I can get it mostly in shot, head up and along to the station at the far end of the layout. There we are, it's just entering that station. And here it is sitting at this station. This station's name is Crawford. It takes its name from the signal box, the name on the signal box here. And This is it's also possible to run this train on a continual circuit around the layout and just have it going through the station all the time. And that might be a good point at which to end recording today, simply because I'm standing in the doorway of my garage, and it's raining outside, so the lighting isn't great. Just one more thing about the names of the stations on this layout. It's a very odd coincidence, but my grandmother's maiden name was Crawford, my father's first name was Crawford, and my third name is Crawford. And even stranger, if we move along the layout, we come to what I showed you previously, which was Westbury Station. These are all genuine Hornby Dublo names, and I used to buy my trains when I was a little boy from a cycle shop in Lower Hutt in New Zealand called Westbury Cycles. Life is full of strange and odd coincidences. Right, we'll finish recording for today. Hopefully there's better lighting tomorrow and we can get Westbury Station used. Well, what can I say? The weather and the lighting hasn't improved any, so we'll just move on as best we can. Now, the 4MT is taking a 2-coach train out of the station at the centre of the layout, and it's going to run around. You'll see it coming down through the bridge here. I've just throttled it back a little bit. It's just going to run around to here. And we'll pause it there. Now, the plan is to run it up into the station with the long platform, which is Westbury Station. So that's the next thing you're going to see.